Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, wonderful, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about a steady and consistent march forward, always moving forward. Even if it is slower or if it is a little faster, it varies from day to day, really, from week to week, and so on. It is only a matter of how we choose to use that life force, if we will, to distribute or direct it in the proper direction, so that we actually uh, choose to grow and learn, study, being awake to life, being conscious to whatever is occurring around you and within you. For when you do meditate and breathe and go within with your spirit, you sense and feel all the inner life and sensations and variety, if we will, of different ups and down, back and forth. And when you breathe, you calm this down so that you can truly listen to the inner silence of things. And from the silence, you often get a lot of inspiration and ideas, and it varies. It is always based in where you have your morals and love and dedication, truly. For our being attract the beings that we are like. So the more we immerse ourselves in proper change in our disposition and attitude and behaviors and our habits and so on, the more we work upon these slowly and steadily, for it needs to be thorough. For the more we work upon our first, it has to be our more spiritual and fine faculties. That means our thinking and our imagination and our astral being and our longings and such, and our interests. We need to change our interests and our focus towards something different, for then we allow in something different and you become a little different. Not a different person, but you change your interests. You are the same still. When you do that, you change your actions, you change your habits, and then you work further down into your being. So the more we change our interests and our everyday meditational practices and such, for one, do not do that and force oneself and feel it to be, you know, a drag and a hassle. Meditation should be kind of enjoyable, but one will have to work oneself to that point. For once you reach a point where you more or less cannot live without meditation, you do it every day, all day. You often, more often than not, always come back to your breath and to your center, to your heart, and become conscious and awake and aware, and not let any thoughts get in the way, not let any intense emotions get in the way, and not let any, daydreaming or wishing to take up the phone, be distracted, actually paying attention, listening, being alive, being awake. It is a discipline and a practice, something we have to consistently do every day. And the more we do, the better we become at presenting oneself, taking care of one's own both inner being and one's own appearance and behaviors. For it is important to not truly only present oneself that way, but that you actually do it alone and by yourself also. For God is always watching, and it doesn't matter if you're alone or not, you never are. And the more we hold our focus towards the spiritual world like that, the more we are capable of holding ourselves to that healing force, to those healing actions and thoughts and feelings. For one needs, the more one holds oneself to that, the more we nourish our astral, etheric, and physical bodies, our soul and our spirit. And our ego, our core, our center, is the one that needs to be present to do this. It cannot disappear. We have over many incarnations, slowly but surely being gained this self-consciousness, this ego, and we are not meant to just try to rid ourselves of it when we first have gotten it. It is our youngest faculty till now, but it is also our most sublime and spiritual, for it is given to us through the Christ. We have truly been able to become independent and free in our morals and our inner world thanks to the Christ. And when we hold strong to Him, when we hold strong to the compassion and forgiveness and warmth and gentleness, the more we connect to the Christ, the Son, the light divine, the warmth, truly, the blanket of love. And by holding to that, you allow healing forces into your whole being, allowing yourself to hold to a healthy, inner, clean, and harmonious inner world. Even if every single, not to exaggerate, but even if many people were directing ill consciousness and intent and thoughts towards you, you wouldn't let that into your being. You would hold it strong and steady and clear, for you are free and independent in your own inner being and morals. And when you hold yourself to that God watches over us and watches us, and, well, pay attention to karma, so should we, for that is when we can truly start to move forward consistently, steadily. It is so important to always move forward, never become, not say never, we need rest and such, but to hold our inner being alive, for if it becomes idle for too long, it becomes stale, it becomes unpolished. Your inner being, your ego, your spirit holds it alive by you being enthusiastic in your own inner being and finding your path, if something you can truly not live without. That is when you have found something you can truly stand for every day and come back to every day, so you know that this is always something that you can trust and, well, give your life to. And holding to that compassion, love, and understanding. Finding and seeing and observing and meeting and respecting and honoring the individual of everyone, of you, your inner ego, your center, your core. And from that core you have a few layers that has been built up through a lot of different factors. But these can be perceived when we have trained ourselves to know what we are looking for. But we only do this for healing, and we do this to master ourselves. For otherwise temptations can truly be, do not fall for any of these temptations. Hold yourself strong to the good, the true, and the beautiful, for we are always watched. To not misuse any of these, but to truly dedicate ourselves and these graces that is given to us through the higher worlds, through the divine, through God, Christ, and the Holy Spirit. It's truly, we should be grateful and humble and hold ourselves to a certain inner foundation of devotion and reverence, respect, gratitude. These are truly feelings of love, but it is a different love than what we are otherwise used to in the materialistic sense. It is something truly sublime. And when it is a certain feeling like that, you cannot truly put words to it, but you can feel it. You can truly pick it up, and you can strengthen it and strengthen your sense for it, so that you can bring out an atmosphere that is healing for all and allow a certain space to be held so that a healing force can be achieved. But it takes time, and we are full of karma, and it is about slowly but surely working with that and work towards some work towards the next lifetime and the next lifetime. For what the further back you go, the not further back, the further along you go of lifetimes, the more you cultivate here for further futures. So it's better to be overdeveloped than it is to be be lagging behind in human development. For we are taking the human path. That is the path of the Christ. He is the human being. He is the human God, you know? That is the path. And every other path are deviations. And sometimes we move into these paths to learn something different, but we always come back to the main path. For there might happen and occur something in our lives that might be earth-shattering, you know? And then we might re-establish and rebuild our foundations. It has happened. Well, at least to me. Pray to God it never happens again. But at the same time, life has a lot of mysteries and a lot of, well, surprises. And it is all about what we do with them in the end. And if we choose to let ourselves break, or if we choose to hold strong to the inner foundations we have so well carefully and used so long time to build through, well, half a life, a third a lifetime. Okay, half a lifetime, really. Yeah, almost, maybe. Not quite there yet, but so it is about moving forward. So moving forward, absorbing, learning, growing, it is never in vain, for we are eternal beings. But we need to find out what are we to learn and to find out on this planet to take with us after the gate of death. For something is we won't have any use for after we leave aside our physical, etheric, and astral bodies. When we go further in the spiritual realms after death, there are many materialistic skills and physical abilities and such that we will never take with us, because it is not something we will ever use in the far future and so on. So it is about finding out what is it that will be useful moving forward. And such predictions are fully possible. And there are a certain sense of we are being guided in all of this. And it is holding that faith, you know, holding strong to that love and knowing that you are watched over and protected. If you hold strong to, well, their promptings and guidings, for they do not accept and condone everything. They are moral, higher beings, loving, nurturing, healing beings, and they don't wish for us to do damaging and active destruction here on the world and to ourselves. They wish us to truly heal and grow and become human beings in its fullest sense. The angels and the archangels have also gone through their human stage in earlier times, but they did it a little differently, for they didn't have this physical body and death in that sense. But they had still went through their stage of coming to self-consciousness, to their I stage, and that is what we are going through now. So I will leave you with this today. Thank you so much. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, protect, guide, bless, and love you, and may you be provided for with all that you need to be, well, to survive, live, and thrive, and being creative and inspirational by the Godhead, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, kyriadetes, dynamis, exousiae, archai, archangels, and angels, all the ancient masters of old, and ancestors from every incarnation. So, may you be safe and sound, and may you be warm and loving and beautiful inside. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See ya.